Los Angeles, the city of angels. But even amongst the sunshine and stardom, shadows lurk. One such shadow hangs heavy over a building on 640 South Main Street. This is the Cecil Hotel, a place where glamour once lived. Now, it whispers tales of darkness and despair. This isn't just a hotel with a past, this is a place where tragedy seems drawn, where the line between the living and the something else blurs. Join me, if you dare, as we explore the Cecil Hotel's chilling history. Get ready, because what you're about to read isn't for the faint of heart. These are the stories of the Cecil Hotel. The Cecil Hotel opened its doors in 1927. It was the roaring 20s. Optimism filled the air. The hotel gleamed with promise, a luxurious escape in the heart of the city. Business boomed. Travelers and dream chasers flocked to its grand lobby. For a while, the Cecil lived up to its glamorous facade. But then, the world changed. The Great Depression hit. Los Angeles, like the rest of the nation, felt the sting. The Cecil Hotel's fortunes tumbled with the stock market. Gone were the wealthy patrons. In their place came desperation. The once grand hotel became a flophouse. It was a last resort for the lost and forgotten. The darkness had begun to seep in. The Cecil's decline was a slow, tragic fall. It mirrored the struggles of a city grappling with unforeseen hardship. Little did anyone know the worst was yet to come. The hotel's eerie transformation was far from over. The Cecil Hotel's descent continued after the Depression. It became a magnet for crime and misfortune. Its once grand halls echoed with stories of suicide, overdose, and violence. It seemed to attract those on the fringes of society, people with troubled pasts and uncertain futures. The hotel became a place where people vanished without a trace. Some say it was the perfect place to get lost, to disappear into the city's underbelly. The police were frequent visitors, responding to calls of theft, assault, and even murder. The Cecil's grim reputation grew with each passing year. The stories, whispers at first, became chilling truths. The Cecil Hotel wasn't just a place to stay, it was a breeding ground for darkness, a place where evil could hide in plain sight. In the annals of American crime, few names inspire as much fear and revulsion as Richard Ramirez. Known as the Night Stalker, Ramirez terrorized Los Angeles in the summer of 1985. His crimes were as random as they were brutal, his victims ranging in age and background. During his reign of terror, Ramirez found refuge in the Cecil Hotel. He lived in a room on the top floor, hidden amongst the transients and long-term residents. The hotel's anonymity provided the perfect cover for a serial killer. Ramirez could come and go as he pleased, blending into the shadows of the dilapidated building. It is a chilling thought. While the city lived in fear, Ramirez slept soundly within the walls of the Cecil. His presence added another layer of darkness to the hotel's already grim history. The echoes of murder, Jack Unterweger. Just a few years after Ramirez's reign of terror, the Cecil Hotel played host to another killer. This time the murderer was a guest from afar. His name was Jack Unterweger, an Austrian journalist covering crime in Los Angeles. What the authorities didn't know was that Unterweger had a dark secret. He was a convicted murderer serving a life sentence in Austria. However, he had been released early for his supposed rehabilitation. Now he was living a double life, writing about crimes by day and committing them by night. Unterweger preyed on sex workers in Los Angeles, strangling them with their own undergarments. He often boasted about his crimes to friends and even to journalists. All the while he maintained his facade of respectability, blending into the city's underbelly. The Cecil Hotel, with its anonymity and transient population, became Unterweger's hunting ground. He would later claim that the hotel's dark history inspired his crimes. Eventually, Unterweger's luck ran out. He was captured and charged with multiple murders. He was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison. However, before he could face justice, he took his own life, hanging himself in his cell. His death, as chilling and calculated as his crimes, added another tragic chapter to the Cecil Hotel's story. The haunting disappearance of Elisa Lam. Perhaps no event has captured the public's imagination quite like the disappearance of Elisa Lam. In 2013, the 21-year-old Canadian student vanished while staying at the Cecil Hotel. Her disappearance sparked a media frenzy and sent chills down the spines of people worldwide. Lam was last seen on January 31, 2013, acting strangely in the hotel's elevator. Security footage, later released to the public, showed Lam behaving erratically, pushing buttons seemingly at random and peering out of the elevator doors, as if someone were following her. The footage, both unsettling and heartbreaking, quickly went viral. Theories abounded. Was she suffering a mental breakdown? Was she on drugs? Or was something more sinister at play? The mystery deepened when Lam's body was discovered weeks later in one of the hotel's water tanks on the roof. How she got there and how her body ended up in such a secure location remains a mystery to this day. The elevator's last passenger. The security footage from the elevator became a key piece of evidence in Elisa Lam's case, but instead of providing answers, it only deepened the mystery. In the video, Lam is seen entering the elevator alone. She presses multiple floor buttons. Then, she steps out into the hallway, only to retreat back into the elevator moments later, as if someone was out there. She continues to behave erratically, at times pressing all the elevator buttons, waving her arms and peering out of the doors. At one point she steps out of the elevator again, this time gesturing with her hands as if talking to someone. However, no one else is visible on camera. The footage is both unsettling and heartbreaking. It's impossible to know what was going through Lam's mind in those final moments. Was she suffering a psychotic break? Was she trying to hide from someone? Or was something more sinister at play? A digital ghost story. The release of the elevator footage turned Elisa Lam's case into a global phenomenon. Millions of people watched the video trying to decipher Lam's strange behavior. Amateur sleuths and internet detectives pored over every detail, searching for clues. The Cecil Hotel once again became the center of attention, this time in the digital age. Online forums buzzed with theories and speculation. Some believed that Lam was a victim of foul play, while others suspected a supernatural explanation. The hotel's dark history only fueled the flames of speculation. The case highlights the power of the internet to amplify and distort real-life tragedies. What began as a missing persons case quickly transformed into a digital ghost story, a macabre mystery for the internet age. The Cecil Hotel rebranded, but not reborn. In the wake of Elisa Lam's death, the Cecil Hotel faced intense scrutiny. Its reputation, already tarnished by decades of crime and tragedy, reached a new low. In an attempt to distance itself from its dark past, the hotel underwent a rebranding effort. It was renamed Stay on Main, hoping to attract a new generation of travelers unaware of its grim history. However, the rebranding effort proved futile. The Cecil's past continued to cast a long shadow. Guests reported strange noises, flickering lights, and an overall feeling of unease. The hotel's reputation as a haunted place had become too deeply ingrained in the public consciousness. The rebranding effort ultimately failed. In 2017, the hotel was sold to a new owner who announced plans for a complete renovation. The goal was to transform the Cecil into a modern, upscale hotel, erasing all traces of its troubled past. Whether this reimagining will succeed remains to be seen. A Legacy of Unease. The Cecil Hotel stands as a haunting reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of even the most glamorous cities. Its history, a tapestry woven from tragedy, crime, and unexplained phenomena, continues to fascinate and disturb in equal measure. While the hotel's future remains uncertain, its legacy is undeniable. The Cecil Hotel serves as a chilling reminder that some places hold on to their secrets, no matter how hard we try to forget. Even if the renovations are successful, will the darkness ever truly leave the Cecil? Or will it forever remain a place where the veil between the living and the dead feels thin, where the echoes of tragedy linger in the air? The mysteries remain. The Cecil Hotel, with its checkered past and unsettling atmosphere, continues to captivate our imaginations. It is a place where truth and fiction blur, where reality itself seems to warp. The stories of the Cecil Hotel, from the tragic to the unexplained, serve as a reminder that some mysteries may never be solved. What truly transpired within those walls? What secrets lie hidden in the shadows? These are questions that may never have definitive answers. But that is part of what makes the Cecil Hotel so endlessly fascinating. It is a place that forces us to confront the darkness that exists within ourselves and the world around us. It is a reminder that even in the city of angels, shadows lurk, and some stories refuse to stay buried. So the next time you find yourself in Los Angeles, take a moment to reflect on the Cecil Hotel and the mysteries it holds. But be warned, you might not like what you find staring back at you from the shadows.